Hello, today is April 5th, 2020, and this is my just daily little journal thing of the COVID-19. So today is Sunday. We had the big thing for today was General Conference for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Finished up today. That's where I spent a lot of my time. Not a lot, well, we had two different sessions, 2 hours each. So that's where that also had two students who had earned incompletes at one of my other schools. They had till last night at midnight to turn in their assignments in order to complete their incompletes on time. They did. So I got up early this morning and read through a bunch of their work. It was a lot of work because these are thesis projects for master's programs, and so all my other downtime was spent on grading. So it hasn't really felt like a normal Sunday because conference is done online or remotely. And again, they did this time with very few people, less than 10 people in the room. Anyway, so that was the main thing that happened for today. As far as what's going on in the world, the news continues not to be super great in America. There's now 330,000 cases of the COVID-19, and the death rate went up today. It's up now to 9,500 basically. So I got to talk to my daughter, my oldest daughter, who is married. Her husband is the one that's been showing some symptoms. First started showing them on Wednesday of last week. Hasn't gotten any worse. So it's been about the same. So I guess some people who get this have very mild. Again, he hasn't tested positive, hasn't tested negative, hasn't tested at all. So when I say these numbers, the 330,000 confirmed cases and then 9,000 deaths, these are just the ones that have been reported. There's been a lot more people who have it that haven't been tested, and I'm sure there's quite a few more people who have died from this that it's not directly reported. That's a thing. So that's a challenge. As far as any of the other just kind of put in perspective, one of the headlines from locally is that the number of deaths in North Carolina, where I live, is now at 38, which is quadrupled in a week how many deaths we've had. So we definitely are seeing the ramp up as far as that goes. There was some talk about, I think I mentioned yesterday, about the CDC saying that we should wear masks. Did a little more digging into that in homemade masks that we can make. That does not protect you if you wear a mask. What it does is it protects other people. So if you walk around wearing a mask, that's, the idea is that, supposedly if you sneeze or if you cough or whatever, and that's how it transmits, not to the air, but if you cough or whatever, then it gets on surfaces and people touch it and then touch their face, and then that's how they get it or whatever. Or if they cough on you or whatever. So by wearing, like a mask or a bandana around your face, it doesn't stop you from, protect you from getting the disease, but if you are contagious, it can stop you from spreading it. And why that's important is that right now you may be contagious and not even know it. Often they say it could take up to 5 days for symptoms to show up, and so that's what's kind of very frightening. And it's extremely contagious. Very, very contagious. So there was a lot of talk, especially it was very interesting as far as, people are still now looking forward to kind of returning to normal, even though we haven't hit the summit yet, I don't think. But there has been, people talking, again, it reminds me of 9/11, of things wanting to get back to normal and what that will be, and when that will be, and what it will look like, and stuff like that. And in fact, the leader of my church, the leader of the church, has called for a fast on Good Friday, which is the 10th of February, 10th of April, with the idea of helping stem the tide and to help us get back to a sense of normalcy. And it was interesting that they would use the term normalcy, just kind of because so much is shut down and it's impacted things on so many different levels. So there is that that need and desire. So anyway, that's really the update for today. Again, the news hasn't been great as far as the number of cases. School continues to roll on. So tomorrow's Monday. I'll be back at, here doing schoolwork and stuff like that. So, the school year is still going on. Although next week, good. So for the main school that I work at, since it's a Christian school, it's a Baptist affiliated school. I'm not Baptist, but I'm still Christian. So that we actually have Good Friday off, and then we have Easter Monday off. So those are days that the schools normally shut down. So I'll actually get a mini vacation, even though I'm going to be home. But at least I'm not having to be, on top of emails all day, from the time I get up till whenever. So anyway, that's it for Sunday, the 5th of April, 2020.